morning and welcome to Nathan's Story Time. Once again, I am Nathan Wicke and I am an author. I'm going to read to you book 2 of the book series My Life. This part is called Earth Life. So the son went down to earth and was born to a mother and father and a family. His spirit body went into the physical body his dad and mom on earth made for him. They cared for him and loved him. He had a brother and a sister in his family. He was the youngest. When he was born, he was a happy baby. He didn't cry much, only when he was hungry or needed his diaper changed. As a baby, he smiled at his parents a lot and brought them great joy. He made his brother and sister laugh a lot when they played with him. He brought fun and joy to his family in their home. He was a happy and content baby. As a baby and toddler, he learned to crawl and then to walk. When he grew to be a 3- and 4-year-old child before starting school, he was always active at home with his mom. He was constantly moving, doing something. He didn't like taking naps. His mom didn't mind him being active because she loved to be close to him. He would hold on to her pants as she went around the house doing chores. His favorite thing to do was to help his mom do whatever she was doing. He helped her do many things: the laundry, vacuum the floor, dust, plant flowers in the front yard, wash dishes, clean his room, go grocery shopping, make lunch, cook food for dinner, wash dishes, and many other things. Sometimes he got so excited helping that he would drop a plate or make a mistake. He was quick to say, "Sorry, Mom." She would say, "It's just a plate." Or, "That's all right, son. I know you're just trying to help." He would still feel bad. But then, at these times, he would always go to a private place and secretly pray to his Papa in heaven, because he always felt better after talking to his Papa. Even though he couldn't see him or hear him, he felt him near. His favorite thing to do with his mom was to bake chocolate chip cookies, because she let him eat some after they came out of the oven, hot and fresh. He loved the smell of fresh baked bread. He loved spreading butter and honey on the fresh, hot slices. Many times as he helped his mom, he would smile at her or laugh with her at things he found funny. At other times he was helping his mom, he would stop, wrap his little boy arms and body around her legs and squeeze her tight. He would say to her, "I love you, Mom." That melted her heart and filled her with great joy and love. When she laid him down for his naps, she kissed him and told him, "I love you, son." He said to her, "I love you, Mom." At night before bedtime, when his mom was sitting in her rocking chair, he would climb up into her lap and ask her to read a story to him. He loved hearing the sound of her voice and feeling safe in her arms and body as he listened to her bring the stories to life. His favorite part of the day was in the evening right before dinner. His mom would take him by the hand, kneel down. His favorite part of the day was in the evening right before bedtime. His mom would take him by the hand, kneel down with him at his bed, and teach him to pray to his Papa above in heaven. She would show him how to pray. He loved praying. Even though he couldn't see his Papa in heaven, he always felt good inside when he prayed to him. He loved helping his dad too, just like his mom. When his dad got home from work each day, he would often watch out the front window for him to come walking down the street to the house. When his dad entered the front door to the house, he would run up to him, almost tackling him. He would jump into his arms and excitedly say, "Hi, Dad." His dad would respond, "Hi, son. How are you? How was your day?" He would say, "Oh, it was good." The son would talk to his dad as his dad changed his clothes. Each day his dad got home from work, he loved seeing his mom go up to his dad and give him a big kiss and hug, holding each other in their arms for what seemed to him a very long time. He loved to see his mom and dad love each other like this. He felt safe and warm when he saw them do this. He loved following his dad help his mom after he got home from work. He loved being with his dad, doing anything his dad was doing. He loved helping him mow the lawn, fix something in the house, clean the pool, or just paint the room. He liked getting paint on his clothes and face. He thought it was fun. He laughed a lot with his dad. He stayed close to his dad when he worked on the car. He didn't mind getting greasy with his dad. He didn't even mind when his dad got mad and angry at a tool and threw it across the garage. He would follow his example. Pick up a tool, get angry, and throw it across the garage. After he threw the tool, he would look at his dad and say what he thought in his little boy mind. "I guess tools are bad sometimes." His dad would laugh, which made him laugh. He loved when his dad played with him. His dad would wrestle with him on the carpet. They would snuggle and cuddle on the couch. They would watch sports together on the TV. He loved playing catch with his dad. He loved just spending time with him. Some days he would fall asleep lying on top of his dad's chest as they were watching TV. He always felt safe and warm inside during those naps on his dad. Sometimes they would ride bikes to the corner store and eat an ice cream together. Some nights he would lay next to his dad on the grass and look up at the stars in the night sky. He would ask his dad, "How many stars are up there, Dad?" His dad would always respond, "A lot." That made him laugh, which made his dad laugh. At other times, his dad would tickle him so that he giggled and laughed. He loved hearing his dad tell him, "I love you, son." He would respond, "I love you too, Dad." They were the best of buddies. They both felt great joy and happiness at these times. He loved eating dinner with his family. His dad would always lead them in prayer before they ate their food. He loved the feeling that gave him. At night, before bedtime, he loved playing games with his family. They all had a lot of fun and laughed a lot. Sometimes they laughed so much their sides would hurt. That made them laugh more. One of his most favorite times of day with his family was before bedtime. Before going to sleep, his mom and dad would gather everyone around them and say a prayer to Papa in heaven. They would talk to him about their little family. They would thank him for his blessings to them each day. He always felt warm and good inside himself at those times. Even though he couldn't remember his Papa in heaven or see him, he somehow knew he was always there and listening because of how he felt inside. He loved feeling that way. He turned 5 years old and summer ended. The time came to him to start school. He didn't want to leave his mom at home by herself when he left for school. He was worried he wouldn't like school. He worried that no one would like him and be his friend. The first day of school was scary for him. As he went to play on the playground, other children walked up to him and said, "Hi." He said hi to them. They started playing together. In his classroom, his teacher told him where to sit. He smiled and waved his hand to his classmates sitting close to him. They smiled and waved to him. As the school days passed, he found he liked school and made friends fast. He discovered he was smart and learned quickly. He was good at school. He was good at learning. He liked kindergarten, but liked first grade more. Then came second grade. He didn't know what to do. He loved learning so much. After doing his work, he always helped his classmates. He made it fun and easy for them. He was friends with everyone. He even liked and helped bullies. He knew they were just having a hard time at home, in their families, or in their lives. He shared his lunch when someone didn't have anything to eat. He played with his classmates who were by themselves, not playing with anyone. He liked to make others feel good because it made him feel good. He loved his summer, which had just passed. He had gone on vacation with his family. He played with his brother, sister, and friends, doing all sorts of summer activities during the hot months. He entered the third grade and turned 7 years old. Just like all his previous grades, he loved third grade. He loved his teacher. He loved his friends and classmates. He loved learning. He was still good at learning his school lessons. But then halfway through the year, he started to feel very tired. His energy drained quickly during his days. His little 7-year-old body started to hurt more and more. He felt pain going throughout his body, but didn't know why. When his mom tried to get him up one morning for school, he had a hard time awakening. He had little strength. He told his mom, "I'm so tired, Mom. I hurt all over. I feel so much pain." His mom, with worry and fear in her face, asked him, "Did you do something to hurt yourself, son?" "No," he told her. His mom called the doctor and made an appointment for him. She told him, "Son, I'm taking you to the doctor." That day at the doctor's office, the nurse drew blood from his little boy arms. He was so brave, even though he didn't like needles. Needles scared him. The doctor told his mom and him they were going to do tests on his blood and other parts of his body. They reassured them they would find out what was going on with him. Later that day, the doctor's office called his mom at their home. The doctor asked if they could immediately come back into the office to talk. They asked if his dad could come too. The doctor said, "It's important." The son was sleeping and resting on the couch in the family room. His mom was really scared. She was using all her strength to hold back her tears. She didn't want to cry in front of him. She was trying to show him that she was strong. She didn't want him to see the worry on her face she was feeling inside. Before going to the couch and getting her son up to go to the doctor, she called his dad at work and asked if he could meet them at the doctor's office. He said yes. He would meet them there. When they arrived at the doctor's office, they were quickly welcomed into his office. Even though they were trying to be strong, incredible fear and worry showed on his mom and dad's face and in their eyes. He was just so tired. His dad held him in his arms. The doctor shared with them the terrible news that their son's blood test showed he had a type of blood cancer called leukemia. His mom and dad felt their hearts break. They felt the wind knocked out of them as they felt they'd been punched in their stomachs. They felt like they couldn't breathe. They wept and wept, tears rolling down their cheeks. They asked the doctor what he could do. He told them the cancer was growing quickly. It was inoperable. He couldn't do anything for their son. He gave their son only a couple months to live. he could give their son some medicine to manage and ease his pain, but that was it. As his mom and dad walked out to the car holding him in their arms, they felt the weight of the world on them. They felt helpless and hopeless. Their son looked up in their eyes and asked, "What did I do wrong?" As tears rolled down their faces, they reassured him with these comforting words which seemed to come to them easily. "Son, you didn't do anything wrong. Papa in heaven is calling you home. You've been such a good boy here on earth. Papa in heaven is pleased with you. He wants you to go home." As they said these words, warmth and peace and calmness filled his pain-filled, tired body. He said, "Okay, Mom and Dad, I'll go home." His dad and mom felt the same warmth, peace, and calmness he was enjoying. Over the next couple months, the whole family spent all their time with him. They told him he would feel better after he returned to Papa in heaven. So he wouldn't feel scared or alone. One family member stayed by his bedside all day long. That made him feel good. At times, when his pain hurt most, he would pray out loud or in his mind to Papa in heaven to help him. At those times, he felt the pain and hurt subside, or even leave, replaced with a warmth and love that made his whole body feel enveloped with loving fire. He loved that feeling. He was still learning, even though he was not in school anymore. As the slow hours passed that night, he started to recall his life before coming to earth. His spirit and heart told him things his mind did not know. The distance between heaven and earth is very short, he would say to his mom and dad. At times he would tell them, "I can see heaven." He was being prepared to go home. His words comforted his family. Even though they loved him and would miss him, they started to feel he would be okay. At times, sweeping peace would wash over them like gentle ocean waves. They could feel heaven close in their home. The last week of his life was difficult for his family. He was feeling almost constant peace and calmness in his body now. He kept smiling at his mom and dad. He tried to make his brother and sister laugh with the little physical strength he had. He assured them he would be all right, even though he would miss them. He told them he couldn't wait to see them again in heaven. As they gathered around his little body lying in his little bed, they held his arms and hands in theirs, carefully caressing his head with the loving touch of their hands. They tenderly whispered to him how much they loved him, thanked him for the great little boy and wonderful son he always was to them. They told him how much they loved having him in their family. With tears softly running down their faces, they expressed their gratitude to him for being part of their family. They thanked him for coming to their family and giving them so much joy, love, and happiness. They told him, "We love you so much. We will always love you, son." As he looked up in their eyes, unable to speak, he said with his eyes, "I love you too." He slowly closed his eyes and sighed a final breath. The spiritual feelings that filled the room could almost be seen with the human eye. Mom, Dad, brother, and sister felt enveloped in the warmth of heaven's light. Papa in heaven's consoling comfort coursed love and peace through their spirits and bodies. They felt heaven on earth in his room.